Welcome to Tampa, Florida for Student Action Summit, Turning Point USA. The vibe is hype, the kids are rowdy, and we are gonna take you behind the scenes for the largest gathering of free market and conservative-minded youth in the country. They are here to hear from their heroes. Some of the biggest speakers in the movement are here, and we are gonna bring you backstage and show you how the magic happens in this episode of Benny on the Block. I can't wait to hear what they have to say. Let's go find out. Okay, so Charlie, we are here inside of a massive arena that looks like it could be a sporting event.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty big, I'd say, and it didn't start that way though, Benny. It started with a couple hundred kids in literally a Holiday Inn side room. And it was December of 2015. We had never hosted an event before, and we thought it was like this massive success. And now we literally have breakouts with a couple hundred students that are as big as our first SAS, and we've grown it throughout the years. It wasn't just an overnight success, and now you look around, it's pretty incredible, and I can tell you right now, this is just the beginning.
I am here with Turning Point USA Events Director, Lauren Tunsich, who is responsible for all of the glory that you see behind me and inside of the event hall. Lauren, how does all this happen?
Lots of hard work, but it's definitely the whole team, not just the events team, but the entire Turning Point staff. There's no better feeling than making it happen for all of our students.
How many students are here?
Nearly 5,000 students that are fired up about saving America and saving our country with the best speakers in the nation.
What is it that motivates you?
Seeing everyone have such a great time and all of their stories after, with the friends that they meet, that they're motivated to start a chapter, get involved politically, that's what just makes it all worth it.
All downtown Tampa, like all the columns are taken over. How do you do that?
We work with the best partners in the business, all of them, and they do that for me.
Lauren's 25, by the way. Lauren's 25. And responsible for now tens, maybe hundreds of thousands of conservative students getting events from Turning Point USA across the year around the country. She's 25 years old. How much of this is motivated by you being like the age of the students, presumably?
Definitely is. I actually attended SAS, this event, in 2017 as a student. And it's been incredible to watch it grow, and it's super special.
And what is your hallmark moment? Like, what's the moment? I know it's gonna be hard to choose, but what's the moment where you like watched it happen, you're like, wow, it worked?
I think there's two. The first, when I see all of the AV done by our wonderful productions team come to life. I watched the video in the Dead Center, and I have some tears. And then the opening night, watching it backstage before Charlie goes on, it's just so special.
We know these truths.
Graham Allen, one of the OG Turning Point contributors and influencers. Year after year after year, you've seen the energy increase, and now you're kind of doing like what this was designed to do. You are pivoting this into public life.
What we talk about all the time is, it's one thing to be conservative and love America when you're surrounded by people that are conservative and love America. It's a completely different thing when you leave here. What are you going to do to actually save the country? And I think that we need people that know what it means to have to work the grind, know what it means to have to keep going, even when you're tired, even when it may not pay off at all. We need people now that are real Americans that are going to step into the arena and stop saying, we need different people. We need new people to step in. Oh, but not me. I can't do that. I can't do that. Somebody else needs to go. No, we need to stop getting out of the somebody else mentality and go send me mentality.
Have you ever seen anything like this, where people are running as if it's the Boston Marathon? I mean, have you ever seen anything like this? They're running in. And this is the future, everybody. It's very exciting.
Explain what's happening right now for the camera.
So the doors have just opened, and so these young kids, they line up starting at 5 and 6 a.m., and they want to get good seats. And so people say, oh, young people, there's no future. I don't believe that millennials and Gen Z are going to fight for freedom. They're lining up at 6 and 7 a.m. to hear from your senators, to hear from your Congress people. And then I want to also ask the adults out there, are you fighting as hard as these students? Are you as equipped and ready for the fight? I'll tell you right now, what we have at Turning Point USA, this is the battleship that's going to save Western civilization.
Madison, CAWTHORN, the vibe is real. The kids are turned up and they're ready to hear you speak. What are you going to tell them?
Oh man, you know what? I'm basically I'm preaching the benefits of socialism. Oh wait, actually there are no benefits of socialism. So actually, yeah, we'll be rallying against that and really just encouraging that, hey, you know what? The generations that have come before us have unfortunately failed us. And unfortunately, the politicians that have come before us have left us with a broken country, one that's on fire, one that's corrupt. And it is up to us, it's up to all of you that we can actually save this country.
What does this event mean to you?
Oh my gosh, this is one of the most encouraging things to me because I obviously have to work in Washington, D.C., so I work with the worst people on the entire planet. But I'll tell you, when I come down here, I'm inspired because I realize this is the America I'm fighting for. These are the people I'm fighting for, not these bureaucrats, not these career politicians. They're the ones who are trying to take power away from us. But right here, if the career politicians came down here and saw this conference, they would have a hard time sleeping at night.
You're doing your part. You're 18.
Yeah.
He's 18. He's 18. But this is the average age of the student here. The average age of the student at SAS is between 18 and 20. Yeah. And there's thousands of them packed in there. The hype is real, the vibe is real. You can hear them roaring as we're doing our interview. Like, this is so important for the movement, for all of us to get together, right? Like,
exactly that. You know, it's an incredible scene. As someone who's been involved in the conservative movement since I was 12 years old, it really warms my heart to see so many people my age out here in the fight, ready to do whatever we can to keep America great. You know, this is going to be the country that we inherit one day, so we might as well lay it all out in the field so that we can inherit a nation just as great as the one our parents lived in, just as great as the one our grandparents lived in. And I think if this crowd says anything about the future of America, it shows that there is hope to be had and there is light at the end of the tunnel. We just have to reach it.
STACY Sheridan, Director of Development at Turning Point USA. She kind of makes it possible for all of this to happen, you might say. How wonderful is it to walk in and like see this manifest?
It's so gratifying. It's so electric. The energy is fantastic always. I tell donors who support Turning Point USA, you have to come to see this, to believe it, to understand the energy that exists among the youth of America that want to save our country. It's the most inspiring thing anyone could experience, in my opinion.
We are here with Congresswoman Lauren Boebert, a fan favorite at Student Action Summit Turning Point. Kids are rowdy. The kids are rowdy.
They're amazing. These kids are incredible. They are energizing me, they are firing me up, and it reminds me why I'm doing what I'm doing. Whenever I am around thousands of freedom-loving individuals, it just reminds me every day you have to wake up and keep fighting, because if we let up an inch, they take over. And Cuba is a precursor for what America could be, what they want America to be. The left wants America to be. So being around so many people who are free thinkers and are just passionate about this country and love their country and love people, it keeps me with my head on straight.
Okay, James, Turning Point Student Action Summit. We got the vibe here. You got a whole crowd, all right?
It was wild. It was wild.
These kids, they're loving it. What happened? Tell me about it.
David Johnson from Hasbro came out publicly today with critical race theory documents. It was amazing. We had all the other whistleblowers. We had Christian Hartzog walk on stage with Dean Baquet, confront the executive editor of the New York Times. We had a live retract. It was just, we had dancers, choreographers. It was wild. We went like 12 minutes over. Thank you so much for your patience. It was great. We had a good time.
You do this in real life, but also this whole meeting is about real life. Thousands of students, thousands of kids. How valuable is this to the movement?
I think the moment in there, the most powerful moment was when David from Hasbro, the whistleblower, came out on stage and everyone started saying, David, like David versus Goliath. David, 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 David.
Wow, there's a lot of you. Didn't think I'd ever be doing this, but I think it's important to speak out against critical race theory in our country.
I was like tearing up. It was the most powerful moment I've ever seen at Project Veritas because the energy was palpable in the audience.
We are doers. Yeah. We don't sit around and talk about things and produce white papers. We actually do things to change the course of America, and that's what we're about. We do.
You've been to a number of these. You've got to like take some of the donor class and you walk them in. I bet their jaws are on the floor.
Unbelievable. It is a life-changing, literal life-changing experience for these people. They have no clue that this exists until they come see it for themselves. Yeah. It's amazing.
I mean, we have this sense of urgency at Turning Point. Like, the house is on fire and we got to put out the fire, because that's how I feel about our country. I know you do too. Because there's been this kind of narrative that we can kind of mosey on around while the left steals our freedoms and liberties and tries to crush our civilization. That's not going to work anymore. But yeah, I mean, look, we don't have the geriatric crew running, you know, our events. God bless them, that's fine. But we have the big lights, the LED screens, the modern music, the hyped energy, the speakers that are willing to engage. We have James O'Keefe that broke into the Music Man type dance routine on stage. And here we go. I mean, as you can see, they just keep coming and they keep flooding in. And it's a very unique thing we have here. And I want everyone to think even bigger. This is just the beginning. There's no reason why we can't have more conservatives than liberals in the younger generation. The problem is we've accepted the terms of engagement. We've allowed them to take over all these communist colleges for too long, or turn them into communist colleges. We are only in America can you think big and actually act upon it. And that's what Turning Point USA is all about.
And what does the future look like for Turning Point USA events? What do we got coming down the pike?
Well, SAS is turned into something incredible, and we have the largest production and speakers and everything, and we are so excited to be announcing very, very soon that we will be doing something like this event times 10 this December, and you're in for a real treat. Everything that you see here increased with some very special surprises.
Oh my, we just broke news on Benny on the Block, John. I don't think we've ever done this before. We're breaking news on Benny on the Block. Lauren here saying that SAS will look little compared to what is about to happen. Over the target?
Let's do it.
If you have like a final message to send to someone who's watching this on they're watching this online, streaming, Fox Nation, Newsmax, they're like seeing it on YouTube, like you have this message to send them about how they can help. They're like, how can I help? What should they do?
They should invest in the future of Turning Point USA, because in turn, they're investing in the future of the country.
The reason we're able to do this is because in America, when you see a problem, you solve it. If we wanted to complain about it, we'd go to the United Kingdom. We wanted to retreat, we would ask the French. We wanted to sit around all day, we'd ask the Italians. We solve problems in America. That's what we do. This is an American comeback, and it's being led by Turning Point USA.
That has been Benny on the Block super episode, Student Action Summit, Turning Point USA edition. This place is so vibe. The energy, the people, the community, the passion, the friends, the kids getting the inspiration that they need. We are going to defeat these scumbag communists, and we're going to do it through happiness, through our energy, and through our ability to love our country, something that they don't have the capacity to do, especially these days. The happy team wins, the people who know what they stand for, the people with values. That's what Student Action Summit is all about. This is where the energy is. See you guys next week. Benny on the Block. Hey, it's Benny Johnson here, Turning Point USA's Chief Creative Officer. If you like this video you just watched, be sure to subscribe to the official Turning Point USA channel and never miss an episode. See you guys next week.